The 2025 offseason is shaping up to be one of the busiest and most exciting for the Buffalo Bills. With significant changes both on the field and behind the scenes, this is the time for fans to unite, because the future of the season is about to be redefined. Here, we'll tell you everything that's happening, including roster changes, new signings, and the strategy for next season. One of the most anticipated acquisitions by Buffalo Bills fans this offseason was the arrival of Joey Bosa, the feared defensive end who made history with the Los Angeles Chargers, but saw his journey eventually come to an end after a series of injuries. What no one expected was that Bosa, upon joining the Bills, would leave some words that could be seen as a veiled shot at his former self. During off-season workouts, Bosa expressed how free he is to finally return to the 4-3 scheme, a system he dominated in the early years of his NFL career. For those who don't know, Bosa was extremely effective when he played defensive end in his first few seasons with the Chargers, a time when he emerged as one of the league's best pass rushers. However, he has spent the last few years playing in a 3-4 formation, which he says wasn't the best setup for his style of play. "I'm excited to not have to play outside linebacker anymore. I'm ready to get back to work, get back to the 6 technique and pressure the passer," Bosa said in an interview with reporters. This seemingly simple statement reveals some of the player's frustration with the Chargers' system change, which could have directly impacted his performance. By revisiting the 4-3 system, Bosa seems to have found a way to reconnect with his best football, which could be a huge advantage for the Bills. It's important to note that Bosa hasn't been completely out of shape in recent years. However, injuries have ended up hurting his production. In 2024, for example, he recorded just 5 sacks in 14 games, numbers well below what is expected of a player of his caliber. His last healthy season in 2021 was a much more consistent performance, with 10.5 sacks, even playing in a 3-4 scheme. But since then, injuries have become a constant problem, keeping him from his best form. With his arrival in Buffalo, Bosa has a new chance to shine, and the Bills are betting that he can return to the level that made him one of the most dominant defenders in the NFL. He arrives to strengthen the defensive line of time, alongside other veterans like Von Miller, and with that, he promises to help further improve Buffalo's pass rush game, which in recent years has been one of the team's highlights. But one big question remains. Will Joey Bosa be able to stay healthy and, more importantly, regain the level of play that made him a star at the beginning of his career? In Buffalo, he will have a chance to find his feet, and Bills fans are eager to see if he can return to being the quarterback nightmare he was in his early years with the Chargers. With the new 4-3 scheme and the drive to prove himself, Bosa has all the makings of a key part of the Bills' defensive success in 2025. However, time will tell if he can stay healthy and live up to the lofty expectations placed on his shoulders. But while Bosa looks to reinvent himself in Buffalo, former star Josh Allen remains the franchise's biggest name, and 2025 could be the year he further cements his position as one of the league's best quarterbacks. If the Buffalo Bills defense now has the strength of Joey Bosa to boost its defensive line, the true soul of the team is undoubtedly Josh Allen. The quarterback, who was named NFL MVP in 2024 after a historic season, now faces the biggest challenge of his career, a series of epic confrontations with the most renowned quarterbacks in the league. Josh Allen has everything it takes to be considered one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. He has already won the hearts of Bills fans and made history by taking the team to a level not seen in decades. But in 2025, he will have a unique opportunity to further consolidate his position among the league's greats, facing other high-level QBs. He's featured in no less than 4 of the 12 biggest quarterback battles that will mark the 2025 season. Among these battles, Allen will go head-to-head with some of the league's most feared quarterbacks: Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Joe Burrow. These names aren't just rising stars or established players, but they're rivals in the hunt for the NFL's biggest prize, the Super Bowl. Battles of the Giants. What's at stake? These matchups are much more than just another regular season game. Each one represents a test of fire for Allen, who has found himself at the center of a growing rivalry between NFL quarterbacks. Let's start with Patrick Mahomes. Both players have had historic games in recent seasons, with Mahomes always standing out as one of the NFL's greatest quarterbacks. In 2025, both will have even more to prove. What will Allen be able to do against the reigning Super Bowl champion? The matchup with Jalen Hurts, who is also coming off an impressive MVP season, will be a real test for Allen. Hurts led the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl and demonstrated impeccable game control and ability in decisive moments. For Allen, this will be an opportunity to reaffirm his position as the most complete quarterback in the league, especially after his great 2024 season. And let's not forget Joe Burrow, a quarterback of undeniable quality who has already led the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl. Burrow has the perfect balance between calmness and explosive ability, and facing him will represent one of the biggest challenges for Allen in his career: the storm of confrontations. Allen's challenge. Each of these matchups represents more than just a simple game. They are a chance for Allen to prove his ability to perform under pressure, overcome challenges, and write his name in indelible ink in NFL history. Not only for Bills fans, but for the entire league, 2025 will be a year in which Allen will have to face the best to establish himself as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. As we know, Josh Allen has one thing in common. He loves a challenge. Whether it's his long passes, his control of the game in the most tense situations, or his ability to make incredible plays with his legs, Allen is a player who can shine on the biggest stages. These matchups against Mahomes, Hurts, and Burrow are not just quarterback matchups. They represent a battle of styles, a fight for titles, and of course, an opportunity to further cement Allen's legacy. He will have to raise his game even further, and it will be at this level that he will show what he is truly capable of. The impact on the Bills. Preparing for 2025, with all these intense matchups ahead, the Buffalo Bills cannot afford to be left behind. Allen's leadership will be crucial, not only for his performance, but also for how he influences his teammates. He knows that the 2025 season could be the chance of a lifetime for him to finally make it to the Super Bowl. Bills fans have reason to believe. With Allen at the helm, the team is in the best shape possible. He has the skill, charisma, and experience to not only compete with the best, but to lead the team to the top of the NFL. The 2025 season will be one of the most exciting in Buffalo Bills history. Matchups with Mahomes, Hurts, and Burrow are just the beginning of a series of challenges that could push Allen to even greater heights. This is the year to prove that he belongs among the select group of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And let's not forget about Buffalo Bills running back James Cook, who has been one of the most talked about names this offseason. While he was looking for a new contract, Cook was not intimidated by attempts to sit out minicamps. His decision to show up and give his all for the team reveals something bigger, the goal of the Super Bowl. "I'm here to get better, to be closer to my teammates, and most importantly, to go after the Super Bowl," said Cook, making it clear that his motivation goes far beyond money. He knows that his value to the team is fundamental, and his presence at minicamp is proof of his commitment to taking the Bills to the top. Cook had a solid 2024 season, but the quest for perfection continues. His participation in minicamps and his dedication to the game are indications that he is ready to become an even more crucial piece of Buffalo's offense. He sees himself as a leader, someone who will not only help the team go further, but also take responsibility for putting the money on the road to a title. And if that wasn't enough news, General Manager Brandon Beane has shown that the 2025 offseason is about more than just a shakeup. He's building a solid future for the defense, and that includes smart acquisitions like Joey Bosa and Larry Ogunjobi, as well as promising youngsters like TJ Sanders and Deone Walker. Beane isn't just looking for temporary fixes for the 2025 season. He's targeting a stronger, deeper defensive core, while also trying to adjust the timing for the future. With a mix of veterans like Bosa and Ogunjobi, and the youth of Sanders and Walker, the Bills look poised to dominate the trenches in the coming seasons. The Buffalo Bills' defensive line will be key to sustaining Allen and Cook's offensive efforts, and the quest for the 2025 Super Bowl starts with a defense that can finally provide the stability that has been missing in the past. With Josh Allen ready to face the NFL's greatest quarterbacks and show that he is the true MVP, the defensive line, reinforced by names like Joey Bosa, could be the key to taking the Bills to the Super Bowl. But here's a big question for you, fan. What impact will Bosa have on the defense? Will Allen be able to overcome Mahomes, Hurts, and Burrow to win the title? And will this combination of offense and defense be the key to the long-awaited Super Bowl victory? Leave your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I will be back later to update you with the latest news from the Buffalo Bills.